My husband and I eat a very large breakfast every day. We have 1 or 2 bowls of cereal with almond milk on it. We have a slice of toast, maybe 2 or 3 pieces of fruit. And it fills us up. It gives us energy from breakfast till lunch. We don't feel that urge to snack. I used to be a real big snack addict. I always had to have a lot of treats throughout the day. And I would try to lose weight by skipping breakfast. That is a big mistake. So today I'm going to show you a recipe. It's apple breakfast bars, and this is something you can make maybe the evening before if you're going to be rushing out the door really quick. And it tastes really good. It gives you all that energy, and it'll keep you from wanting to snack between breakfast and lunch. You might be thinking, but I don't like apples. I didn't either. When I was growing up, we only saw one kind of apple in the house. It was the Golden Delicious. And as an adult, I learned something. That while the Golden Delicious was cheap and easy to come by, there are hundreds and hundreds of different types of apples, each one with its own flavor and each one useful for something a little different. One of my favorites is one that's called Pink Lady. Another favorite is Honeycrisp. Both of those are really, really good. They're juicy, they're sweet. I haven't found one of the Pink Ladies that I didn't like. So keep that in mind as you're watching this recipe. Today I'm going to be using the Granny Smith. That one is pretty common, and it's a really good baking apple. You want to begin by having a nice big bowl, and you put 1½ cups of oats in it and 3/4 of a cup of chopped dates. Today I'm going to be using some date crystals. These are just chopped dates that have been dried. This is the type of date that this is called Bar High. It's one of the highest in sugar, so this is going to be a really sweet meal today. Our next ingredient is some orange or lemon rind. I'm going to use orange today, and you just want the colored part. And you take a fine grater and just grate off the colored part of it. And I want 1 teaspoon. There's our 1 teaspoon. And then 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts, and then at this point we just stir those up a little bit. Want to be sure and break up that clump of lemon rind so that it's not all in one spot. Then the next step is to take 1/2 cup of water and 1/2 cup, this is another 1/2 cup of walnuts besides the ones we already put in there in the bowl. We're going to put those together and we're going to blend them until they're smooth. Pour that in there. The next step is to grate 1 cup of raw apples. Here's my apple. Once you have all the dry ingredients that thoroughly coated with the moisture, you take an 8x8, this would be kind of a brownie type pan, and put it all in there. Don't worry, the counter is clean. And then you just kind of press it into the pan, get it all evenly positioned. And this is going to be baked at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 to 25 minutes. But first, before we bake it, it needs to sit for about 10 minutes. So I'm going to let that sit, and while it sits, I'm going to turn the oven on so that it's hot and ready to go. While the oven warms up and the dish sets for its 10 minutes, I'm going to have a glass of water. And I bring this up because it's important not to drink liquids with your meals, because when you drink with the meals, it slows down digestion. It makes it difficult to digest your food. And if you drink between meals your water, maybe 2 glasses of water an hour before breakfast, and then 2 between breakfast and lunch, and then 2 after lunch, sometime after lunch, like 1 or 2 hours, you're not going to get thirsty at mealtime. And that desire for something to drink will not be there. So I'm going to have my water now. That's good. While we wait, I also want to point out something that's important, and that is that to help prevent yourself from having those cravings for candy bars and sugary snacks and all donuts and whatever else you have in mind, it's very important to remember that if you eat your sugar in its natural state, such as dates and apples and a lot of fruit, you're not going to have those cravings between meals. If you start your breakfast with whole foods, fresh fruits, dates, all that kind of stuff, that is going to give you that sugar that your body craves, but it also has all the nutrition that is meant to go with that sugar. See, part of what happens when we have these cravings, sugar cravings, like I used to have them, they drove me crazy. What happens is the body knows that there's supposed to be some nutrition that goes with that sugar. And when we eat the sugar in its refined state, like in a candy bar, our body says, no, wait a minute, I'm supposed to have the potassium and magnesium and phosphorus and all these other nutrients to help me make good use of this sugar, and I didn't get that with the sugar, so apparently I need more sugar to help get all those nutrients that are supposed to go with it. So if you eat it refined, you're always going to have that craving. But if you eat the dates and apples and oranges and cherries and strawberries and all these other wonderful things, you're going to have all the nutrition that goes with that sugar, and you're not going to crave those candy bars between meals. I hear our alarm, so now we put our food in the oven. And I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes. I think I'll give these another 5 minutes. Here they are after 25 minutes of cooking. Now I want to cut them up while they're still warm. They smell good. You can make them large or you can make them kind of small. Depending on how you like them. These are moist. I didn't coat the pan with anything. I just put this into a untreated casserole, and these come up without any problem. No sticking. This is going to be easy to clean up. When you eat food like this, there's no guilt, there's no cravings between meals, and you have abundant energy and flavor. I love food. I love to eat. I could eat this whole plate for breakfast and not gain weight. So good.